Peter Engel calling.
Hello, Peter. Thank you for calling, man.
My pleasure.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here at the ocean in Santa Monica. I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean as I talk to you. What could be bad?
Hey, all right. The new book, I Was Saved by the Bell, Stories of Life, Love, and Dreams That Do Come True. I did read most of the book. I didn't read the whole book because it came on Monday, and I'm not a very.
Okay,
I
understand.
I'm not a fast reader because I spent my childhood watching Saved by the Bell instead of actually reading books. I absolutely did, though. I mean, I know I've seen every episode 10 times. I grew up on it. Every Saturday morning it was a must-see. And you really, you of course, created that show.
Right.
And basically changed Saturday morning TV as we know it.
And teen television.
Remember,
if you remember the, now it's the CW, the WB, went the whole teen route in prime time, and NBC didn't. Lost that whole audience.
Right. And basically, every teen show since then has to thank you for kind of coming up with that idea. What do you think made that show so successful?
The kids.
The kids. They
were playing their own ages. It never happened before.
And, of course, I always felt like my generation, because we all went to school, right? That's kind of the...
Right, and that's why, no comedy had ever gone to more than 6 countries. The UK, Canada,
sure,
Australia, etc. Bell went to 85 countries.
That's unbelievable.
And that's because every kid went to school somewhere.
Right.
And we were shocked. We had a 50 share of the audience in France. And I sent Mark Paul Goslin and Tiffany and Bethesda there. They landed at midnight. There were 10,000 kids at de Gaulle Airport. I mean, it was insanity, but it was great. And the kids made the show.
And you said in your book that you didn't even want to do it at first.
No, I didn't.
Are you glad now that you did?
It was the best thing I've ever done in television. It was so much fun, and it was such a great time, and the kids were so great. And, we shot the beach shows, right? I didn't live here then. I lived in Brentwood. But the beach club was about 300 yards up the beach from where I live now.
Oh, wow.
And that was actually in Santa Monica. We called it the Malibu Sands, but we were actually in Santa Monica.
Uh-huh. I loved those episodes, too. You've had a really fascinating life, too. I mean, not way before that. I mean, with the JFK stuff and Elvis and John Lennon, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, Elvis wasn't in the book, although I did have lunch with him once. But that wasn't a real story. That was just we had lunch, right?
Oh, okay.
He ordered, I ordered, we ate. But John Lennon was a whole drama with him, and JFK, of course. My heart got broken.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have Secret Service in those days before Robert Kennedy's assassination. So I got all my friends to come down and work for Kennedy. I had never been involved before, but you had to be 21 to vote. This was the first time I was voting. And so we were his body guys, not bodyguards. Whenever he was in New York, I was right by New York City getting him in and out of crowds. And once I lost him within 1 million people in the Garment Center, he just winked at me. Said, "You got to have faith, kid."
Oh, man.
And then, of course, that was one of my first broken hearts.
Fascinating stories and a lot of heartbreak in this book.
Well, there is, and that's the concept of the book. It's not a straight line. You don't graduate college and you come to California and make a hit show. It's ups and downs, and you have to have your heart broken 1 million times, both professionally and personally. And I don't think I had shows that woulda, coulda, shoulda, and didn't. And then all of a sudden, in the most unlikely place, I produced one of the biggest hits in the history of television. And then, of course, I had 8 or 9 other hits after that, including Last Comic Standing. But it is a heartbreaking journey, and that's the beauty of it. It's the journey. It's never giving up. It's dreaming big. Don't let anyone steal your dreams. Never, 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 never quit. And that's what it was about. That's what it's about. And that's what I hope people will get from it. Not just the stories about Saved by the Bell and who dated who and all that, but about pursuing your dream and not letting anyone steal your dream or scare you out of your dream. And you got to think big, because big dreams are as important as hard to accomplish as little ones. So you might as well dream big.
You might as well dream big.
Right there, it's hard.
And that's led you to produce and to create a lot of other TV shows throughout the years, including Last Comic Standing.
Right. Last Comic Standing was fun.
I bet
it was just fun. It was. I mean, I didn't. But someone said to me, "Did the network really interfere with your teen shows?" And we did like 9 or 10. And I said, "No." I said, "How about Last Comic Standing?" I said, "It was like the Syrian Civil War." Because the reality guys, I didn't understand this until I reread the book, okay? The reality guys had never done comedy. They did The Apprentice and Ninja Warriors and whatever. And now here we were doing comedy, and we would have the biggest fights with them because they didn't know it was funny. They weren't funny.
Right.
And I won practically all the battles, but the problem is it was so tiring to have to fight with them over something that was so obvious to my staff, right? All writers and it was just such a waste of time. But Last Comic Standing was a lot of fun. We discovered some good people. Amy Schumer,
right?
She made it to the House. But I think she finished 6th. But she was only 19, and all my people are saying she's not ready. I said, "Who's ever ready? Put her in the House."
Going back,
and then after that, it's up to America, of course,
right?
Not me.
Going back to Saved by the Bell, I grew up in a small town and probably learned a lot of my life lessons from that show. Nice. Like when what was his name? Johnny Dakota first was trying to get Kelly to smoke pot.
With dope.
Right. And of course, Jesse's song, the speed.
Well, I wrote Jesse's song.
Yeah, that's got to be just about everybody's favorite. Right?
Everyone made fun of us, but let me tell you the story. We wrote it about she was taking amphetamine, speed.
Oh.
And the network says, and they never interfered. This was the only time. They go, "No way. Well, no way." And so we're sitting in a meeting, and Tom Tenowitz, who wrote it with me, and also my top producer-writer, we're sitting in there. And there's no way. And Tom says, "How about caffeine pills?" Well, I didn't even know what the heck caffeine pills were. I just wanted to get out of the darn meeting. So they said yes, I said yes, but the truth of the matter is we never changed a word.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people made fun of it, in Hollywood, right? But the kids in the audience, they were crying, just as Mark, Paul, and Elizabeth were crying in that famous scene.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write 17s, Jesse. And then my daughter, all my kids worked on the shows in the summer as production assistant on all the different shows. She said it was her favorite. Then I went around the country. I did 35 or 40 college tour, and it was always every girl's favorite show. And I guess we really hit a nerve, and it didn't matter what she was taking. It wasn't a drug episode. It was about peer pressure, about driving yourself. She was so caught up, and that's what it was about.
Yeah.
So
there wasn't really any other topics that you wanted to do, but they wouldn't let you?
No.
Oh.
Never. We did drunk driving. We did the oil spill.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
On the campus, which Matt Damon did the same exact scene in Promised Land 25 years later.
Right.
We did what else did we do? Peer pressure, gasoline, gas. We took on the environment. We did homelessness. We did a 2-part Christmas show.
I remember the Christmas one, yeah.
Christmas, where one of their classmates was living in the mall. No one was taking that on in 1992 or 3.
Right.
Yeah, so they never ever interfered except with Jesse's song.
Do you think that the show would work today, that concept of a show?
I don't think it could be a comedy. We're too sensitive today.
Right, that's what I think, too.
We're too sensitive. You can't make fun of Screech or Slade. I think it'd have to be a drama today, okay? I don't think you could do it as a comedy. I think it was a much kinder, gentler time, and people were much more, what's the right word, much more open, I believe. And I'm a lefty liberal, okay? But we don't know how to talk to each other. And, I was the dean at Pat Robertson University for 17 months, not 17 years. And I really feel And again, I'm a Democrat, leftist, whatever. I feel that those people, my friends on the evangelical right, are much more tolerant of me. And that I've been telling my friends, we got to talk to each other. We got to talk to each other. We have to listen. No, we have to listen to each other, not talk to each other.
There you go. Fascinating stuff, Peter. I really appreciate you taking the time.
I love it.
The memoir is called I Was Saved by the Bell, Stories of Love, Life, Love, and Dreams That Do Come True. And again, it's a great honor to meet you, man. Thanks for a great childhood.
I appreciate that more than you may know.
All right, Peter. Thanks a lot.
Take care.